So as I understand it, what's going on here is the same as is going on all over the planet in different ways. Here, there's a struggle going on between the needs of cattle and the needs of wildlife and those who protect the wildlife or the biodiversity. And this is very simply put that at this time before the rains come, when there's been drought, and there still is drought, there's simply not enough grass. So unfortunately the pastoralists who are taking care of these big herds, and this is not their traditional way of life. The traditional way of life was to have herds and to move around different pasture areas as the year and the pattern of the rains dictated, which worked. But now that whole system has become distorted because in this part of the world, in Kenya, there are tax reasons, there are political reasons, there are power and status reasons for rich people to want to have their wealth in cattle. So the pastoralists are being paid, not very much, to take care of these big herds, most of which don't actually belong to them, but belong to other people who don't live here. As a result, cattle numbers have absolutely soared, and there are too many of them for this to be sustainable. So there's been this, what's been called the cattle invasions, or the conservancies of the areas that are set aside for wildlife. And some of the people, very few, but some of the people who are taking care of the cows, or maybe other people, are using this as a moment to shoot, to kill wildlife. There's been a lot of loss, everything from lions and elephants to buffalo, and it's pretty savage. So this is a heartbreaking time for many people involved in wildlife conservancy, and the people here that I've been speaking with are compassionate towards the reality of the needs of the pastoralists and the cattle, who no one wishes any harm to. They're beautiful beasts. I love cows, and I've been watching these cattle as we drive past them. They're beautiful animals, and it's got to some kind of big crunch time. This is not sustainable. This cannot work. Something's got to give, and my prayers are with the people here at the Goldman Conservancy, and the wish, the hope, the prayer that we'll find a way through that doesn't involve more loss of wildlife, which is a very, very precious and declining population of all these animals that are so precious, and at the same time that a way can be found for the pastoralists to have what they need, so all of us can live in a good way together on this beautiful earth, which, despite all these trials and tribulations, is still so beautiful. So beautiful. I've been so inspired by the reforestation initiatives that are happening here. And again, the needs of the people being really held in balance with the needs of the ecological network of life that we're part of. Thank you.